Hi viewers, welcome to my video lesson. Myself Govardhanakam, working as Assistant Professor of Commerce, SKNR, Government Arts and Science College, Jagitchal. Today, in this my video lesson, I am going to discuss a topic from financial accounting for BCom first year. The title of the topic is cash book. Particularly today, I am going to present triple column cash book, that is three column cash book, how it is prepared and what are the points to be noted while preparing the triple column cash book. So before going to discuss triple column cash book, let us try to understand what is cash book, what is the importance of cash book, and what is the purpose of preparing cash book, and how it is prepared in the books of accounts. So cash book, the term itself denotes that it is meant for record of all cash transactions of a business firm, that is called as cash book. The cash book, it records only cash transactions of a business firm. So cash book is meant, or cash book is kept for record of all cash transactions like cash payments and cash receipts of a business firm for a particular period. So cash book, it is an important one of the important subsidiary book maintained by the every business firm to record its cash transactions. So cash transactions includes cash receipts and cash payments. So in any kind of business, let us take it is a small sized business or a big a large scale of doing business like companies. In any kind of business, definitely there are a large number of cash transactions will be taken place. So for recording, for maintaining a separate subsidiary book for the record of cash transactions is called as cash book. It is necessary to maintain a separate subsidiary book for record of cash transactions for every business firm is essential. So here the cash book, it's one of the important subsidiary book. It's a book of prime or first entry. Cash book itself treated as a book of prime entry, and it's a first entry. And after entering transactions in the cash book, you need not to posting to the any other ledger accounts. So cash book itself serves as a journal as well as ledger, and every cash book, it also serves as a cash to record the transactions in the form of cash and to record the transactions through the bank. So you need not to prepare a separate account for bank and separate account for cash. So the cash book itself itself provides us to record the form of transactions made in the cash and the transactions made through the bank. So it serves as cash book as well as bank accounts also it included. So in any kind of business, definitely there are large number of cash transactions are there. So cash transactions, particularly the main purpose of preparing cash book is it helps to know a firm on a particular date what is the cash balance in the hand and what is the cash balance with the bank. So by preparing cash book, the firm can easily find out what is the balance with the hands and what is the balance in the bank. And also by preparing cash book, the firm can easily know the what is the accurate balance of cash and bank balance without physical checking or without physical counting of the notes. And also it helps to calculate the accuracy of maintenance of cash transactions in the books. So cash transactions, the maintaining the record of cash transactions maybe leads to misappropriations or leads to fraud. So these kind of all activities, misappropriations and fraudulent activities may be checked and they are prevented by preparing a cash book. So that's why the preparing of cash book for any kind of business, it is more important. Here the cash book, let us see, it is the cash book. Cash book, it is we have three kinds of cash books. The cash book, the categories of cash book, that there are three kinds of cash books. That is one single column cash book. It is also called a simple cash book. It is a simple cash book. We have three kinds of cash books. First one is single column cash book. It is called a simple cash book. And two column cash book. Two column cash book, cash column and a discount column also allowed. And the third one, that is the three columns cash book or triple column cash book. Triple column cash book contains one discount column and cash column and bank column. So here the cash book, the cash account, in it generally the cash it lies under the real accounts. So cash, it's an asset. It's an asset. So it is a real account. Real accounts. So what is the principle of real accounts? So what comes in the firm? What comes in the firm is debited, and what asset goes from the firm is credited. This is the principle of real account. So what asset comes in the debit? So the assets which are coming to the firm are debited. The assets which are going from the firm is credited. So the same principle is here adapted. Now let us see the proforma of simple cash book. The proforma of simple cash book, that is the single column cash book. Yes, as usual, cash book, it is also treated as cash account. The cash book also treated as cash account. So single column cash book, this is the proforma of single column cash book. Here is presented. So this is the debit side, this is the credit side. So single column cash book, debit side, again we have four sub columns. First column for this is for the record of transactions date. This is for particulars of the transaction, and this column for record the ledger file number, and this column is to record the amounts, that is cash column, cash in rupees. And again credit side also we have four sub parts, four sub columns. They are, this is for date, record the transactions date. Here the transaction date is recorded, the particulars of the transactions is recorded here. This is meant for record of ledger file number, and this is the column for record the amount. So this is a simple, this is a proforma of simple cash book. Simple cash book, it is also known as single column cash book. In this cash book, all the cash receipts for a particular period, all the cash receipts are recorded in the debit side, to the debit side. So while going to the prepare the cash book, simple cash book, so all the cash receipts are entered to the debit side. All the cash receipts by the firm are written to the debit side, and all cash payments are written to the credit side. It is simple. In simple cash book, we are able to record only cash receipts to the debit side and cash payments to the credit side. So the simple column, the simple cash book, it enables to record only cash receipts and cash payments. So that's why here this is called as a single column cash book. This is called as a single. This contains only one column for cash to the debit side and one column for cash record the credit side. So this is a pro forma of a simple cash book. Here only cash receipts are debited and all cash payments are credited to the simple column cash book. And the second one, that is two column cash book. So two column cash book, here two column, that is the discount column is additionally added to the simple column cash book. It becomes as two column cash book, that is cash and discount column cash book. So cash and discount column cash book. Let us see now two column cash book. Two column cash book. The preparation of two column cash books. Here we are going to add one discount column to the debit side. This is for discount column, and one discount column to the credit side, discount column. If you added one discount column to the debit side and credit side, then it becomes as two column cash book. In two column cash book, we can able to record the cash payments and cash receipts, and also we can record the discount allowed. The debit discount means the discount allowed by the firm and the discount received by the firm also recorded. So here we have one more column, that is discount column is added debit and credit side to the simple column cash book. Then we can able to record the cash transactions as well as along with the discount also we can record here. So it is called as two column cash book. Two column cash book. Let us discuss here the term that is discount. Let us try to understand what is discount. Yes, what is discount? Actually, there are two types of discounts are there. There are two types of discounts are there. One is trade discount. One is trade discount. One is trade discount, and another one is cash discount. Cash discount. So what is the meaning of the discount? Discount is nothing but it is a rebate. It is an exemption or it is a rebate. The rebate is called as a discount. So discount, it is called as rebate, or it is a discount, it is called as an exemption. So we have two types of discounts, that is the first one is trade discount. So trade discount is allowed. Trade discount is allowed the producer to the producer to wholesaler and wholesaler to retailer. So trade discount is allowed by producer of products to wholesaler or wholesaler to retailer. So trade discount, it is allowed on sales on the product catalog price. At the time of sales, the trade discount is allowed by the producer to the wholesaler or to the retailer. So it is allowed, it is taken place at the time of sales. At the time of sales, it is taken place. It is allowed on catalog price on a particular rate. It is allowed on catalog price of products on a particular rate. So this is trade discount. This trade discount is recorded in purchase subsidiary book as well as sales subsidiary book. So here this trade discount is not concerned to the preparation of cash book. Here the discount is the discount recorded in the cash book is cash discount. This is important. You leave the trade discount there. The trade discount, it is not recorded in elsewhere in the books of accounts, but this is a cash discount. Yes, cash discount is given by the receiver of cash to the payer. The cash discount is usually allowed at the time of clearing the debt. The cash discount is allowed by a creditor to his debtor. Cash discount is, it's an allowance allowed by creditor to its debitor at the time of clearing of their debts in a given or before the specified date. So the cash discount is allowed by the creditor to its debitors. So cash discount allowed by creditors to its debitor. Cash discount is allowed by cash receiver to cash payer. Cash payer. So suppose a person taken loan from a person taken loan from A 1000. At the time of clearance of loan, X allowed 10 rupees size discount. 10 rupees size discount. Let us see. At the time of clearance of loan, A has to pay 990 and clear this debt. So this 10 rupees is discount allowed by the creditor to its debtor, like for clearing their debts before the specified day. This is for specify the time. So here the cash discount in the view of firm, the trade discount, the discount is allowed for the purpose of the firm. Discount allowed is loss. Discount allowed is loss. So it is debited to the cash book. The firm allows any discounts against its debtors. The firm allows any discount to its debtors. It is a loss. So it is recorded in the debit side discount column. Here, so when the debitor paying, yes, when we are receiving the cash from debitor, we allow discount. When we are receiving cash from the debitors, we allow the discount. The discount is loss. It is recorded debit side of the cash book. When the firm receives discount from its creditors, it is called discount received or received discount. So received discount, it is a gain. Received discount. If firm if firm gain or if firm gets any discount and that at the time of making payments to its creditors, the discount is called as received discount. So the received discount, it's a gain to the firm. So the received discount, it is recorded credit side of the cash book. Credit side in the discount column. Credit side in the discount column. So the received discount, it is credited to the cash book. So when we receive discount, when we are paying, when we are clearing debts to others, then we receive. When we are making payments to creditors, then we get the discount. It is recorded to the credit side of the cash book. So this is the pro forma for 2 columns cash book. So after recording all the cash transactions and as well as discount transactions, it is balanced as usually. So the cash column itself only balanced. In 2 column cash book, the only cash column is balanced, and the discount column just it is totaled left side and right side. The discount column, it is, you need not to balance it. You total what is the amount of discount allowed by the firm and leave it, and you total the credit side discount, that is what is the amount of discount got by the firm. So you need not balance the discount column. Only here you balance the cash column only. So this is the pro forma for 2 columns cash book. So here the cash book, now let us see triple column cash book. Let us try to prepare today triple column cash book. Three columns cash book. So this is the pro forma for triple column cash book. So triple column cash book, adding one more column for record of bank transactions to the 2 column cash book, it becomes as triple column cash book. Adding a column for bank to the debit and credit side of the 2 columns, that is discount and cash column cash book, it becomes as triple column cash book. So in triple column cash book, yes, to the debit side, here this is column for record of bank transactions. This is the column record of cash transactions. This is discount allowed. This is for ledger file number, and this is for particulars, and this is for date. And credit side, date, particulars, ledger file number, this is for discount received, this is to record the cash mode of transactions, this is for a bank. Yes. What is triple column cash book? Let us try to understand. The triple column cash book, it's an large number of in big companies or a large sized business firms, definitely they do their payments and receipts through bank. So by doing cash transactions, some extent it is not safe. So every business firm has to get an account from a bank, and it conducts its cash payments and receipts by mode of check through bank. So here triple column cash book, it enables to record the firm's transactions through bank and the firm's payments and receipts through cash, and as well as discount also here recorded. So triple column cash book, it contains a bank account, it contains bank accounts, yes, it contains bank account to record the payments and receipts through bank. Through bank means by issuing of checks, the firm can make payments. By sending checks to collect for the bank also. So the bank column, it has the triple column cash book. There is a cash and there is a discount. Let us see. The bank is a personal account and cash is a real account and discount is nominal account. So let us see. This is the specialty of triple column cash book. The triple column cash book, we can see three categories of accounts in one place. That is triple column cash book. The bank, it's in a personal account. This is the real account and this is the discount. So three categories of transactions are recorded in one place, that is only in triple column cash book. So here, by preparing triple column cash book, you need not to maintain any book for any account for a record of bank transactions. So itself, it is a cash book. It discloses the information regarding to the payments and receipts through cash mode and the payments and receipts of the by check mode also. Let us see how the triple column cash book is prepared. Let us see the triple column cash book, how it is prepared. So yes, this is the debit side. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sub columns. So the first part is for recording the transactions date, and the second part, here the particulars of transactions are recorded. This is for ledger file number, and this is for discount, allowed discount, and this is the record of amount for cash received, and this is the collection of cash through bank. And credit side, this is for date and particulars of the transactions, and ledger file number, discount received, and payment of cash and payment through bank. Let us see how we will prepare the triple column cash book. So in triple column cash book, the opening balance, first let us take the opening balance. So opening balance, it is a balance brought down. So opening balance, as usually the cash account, usually it shows debit balance. The cash account, it shows, cash accounts always shows debit balance only, or cash account shows zero balance maybe. Cash account begins with the zero balance maybe. Cash accounts usually shows the debit balance. Cash account never begins with the credit balance. This is important. Cash account never begins with the credit balance. The credit means it is a credit. This is not recorded here. Okay. But whereas bank account usually begins with the debit balance. Debit balance. Yes. There is a chance to begins the opening balance of bank maybe credit. If it is a credit balance, it is treated as bank overdraft. Bank overdraft. So here the opening balance of cash column is recorded in the cash column. Opening balance with the firm, opening cash in the hands of the firm is recorded in cash column, and opening balance with the bank is recorded in bank column. If the opening balance of the bank, if it is overdraft, so then the overdraft, it is recorded as opening balance to the credit side of the triple column cash book. Cash book always shows the debit balance. Bank also shows the debit balance. But if there is a chance to show the credit balance of the bank, if the bank account shows the credit balance, it is overdraft. Then the overdraft balance is recorded as opening balance to the credit side of the triple column cash book. Here in triple column cash book, so here all the cash transactions, so in triple column cash book, all the receipts are recorded debit side and all the payments are recorded credit side. So receipts may be receipts by selling goods, and say by sales we can receive cash, by selling of assets we can receive, by rendering the firm services to its customers it can receive. The cash can receive through the interest, dividends on securities, as rents, as commission. So any kind of receipt, all the receipts of cash recorded debit side of the triple column cash book. And all the payment may be made by the firm to different categories of people. Payment made against the purchases, payment made against the salaries, expenditures, by by acquiring, by collecting the assets. So various payments are recorded to the credit side of the triple column cash book. In triple column cash book, let use carefully see, in triple column cash book, all cash receipts, so the receipt in the mode of cash is recorded debit side. All cash receipts. So the receipts in the mode of cash, you debit to the triple column cash book and enter the cash column. And receipts through check. So any receipt through check, it is recorded in bank column. So all the check receipts are recorded in bank column. Suppose we received a check from a customer. it is deposited on the same day, you record directly bank column. So check received and deposited same day, you record in bank column directly. Whereas check received but not deposited in bank on same day for collection, then you record it in the cash column by assuming it's a cash. Here to the debit side, all cash mode of receipts are entered in the cash column. All the receipts through check are recorded debit side, bank column. The check received from a customer and immediately on the same day it is sent for collection to the bank, you enter directly in the bank column. And check received from a customer but it is not sent for collection on the same day, then it is entered in the cash column by assuming it is actually a check, but you assume as a cash and you enter in the debit side cash column. So this is the debit side entries, whereas right in credit side, so all cash payments, so all cash payments here recorded in the cash column, and payments by check recorded in credit side bank column. All cash mode of payments cash column, all payments through checks debit side, credit side cash column. Then entering while receiving from cash from the payers, if any discount is there, then allowed discount and received discount also recorded debit and credit side, Here two more important things, so let us discuss. That is a check issue. The firm withdraws any amount for personal use, it is treated as drawings. So drawings account, so from a bank it is recorded credit side. So any drawings for the personal use by the owner of the firm, you record credit side from the bank or cash column by writing drawings account, writing bank drawing account. And bank charges, if bank charges yes, it is an expenditure. Bank definitely charges for servicing to the customers. So bank charges also recorded credit side, In sometimes bank can collect by standing orders given by the customer, bank can collect interest and dividends, then it is recorded. So any interest, any dividends on securities collected as per the standing orders given by the customer, they are recorded debit side bank column. Bank charges are recorded credit side bank column. And one important thing, that is, if the issued check is dishonored, the firm issued a check for X customer, but it is dishonored by the bank. The issued check, if the checks issued is dishonored by the bank, then it is entered to the debit side in the bank column. To cancel the check issue, to cancel the reversing the entry, writing the reverse or opposite side in the triple column cash book, then it cancels the dishonored checks. So the issue check is dishonored. Issued check dishonored. So the dishonorment of issue checks, the dishonored issued checks are debited to the triple column cash book and in the bank column. In the meanwhile, the deposited checks are, if the deposited checks are dishonored by the bank, so deposited checks, it is debited to the triple column cash book bank account. So we made a reverse entry to cancel this dishonored check. So the deposited check dishonored, deposited check dishonored, then it is recorded credit side. So the dishonorment of this deposited check, it is written credit side in the bank column. Credit side in the bank column. Here, let us discuss one more important thing, that is it is the special for the triple column cash book only, that is contra entry. Let us try to understand what is contra entry. So contra entry means it is special for triple column cash book. Only contra entries are made in the triple column cash book only. So contra entry, where the debit and credit of an entry is allowed to enter at the same time to the debit and credit side of the triple column cash book, that entry is called as contra entry. If any entry, the debit and credit side entered to the debit and credit side of the triple column cash book at a time, that entry is called as contra entry. So the debit and credit values of a entry are recorded at a time opposite sides of the triple column cash book. That is called as contra entry. Yes, here we have three occasions. There are three occasions to enter contra entries. There are three occasions there. That one occasion, that is deposit cash in bank account. So this is the one occasion. Deposit the cash in the bank account. So this is the contra entry. So the entry is like this: bank account data to cash account. So in this occasion, the cash balance is reduced. At the same time, the balance in the bank is increased by depositing the cash. So this is the contra entry. Yes, it is posted in this like this. So bank account debited and cash account credited. Cash account is credited. Let us see. So for depositing the cash bank, yes, you withdraw an amount from cash. We are taking cash from the office and it is deposited in the bank. So I am withdrawing the cash from the bank cash column and where it is going? It is going to the bank. It is going to the bank. Suppose it is on 12/8/2020. So the cash is withdrawn and it is immediately deposited in the bank. So you enter on that the same day 12/8/2022. Yes, what is deposited? It is cash. It is cash. So this is a contra entry. So to denote it's a contra entry, you leave C, the alphabet, English alphabet C in the ledger file column. In the ledger file column, it denotes as it's a contra entry. It's a contra entry. And there is a one more occasion, that is withdraw of cash from bank for office use. So if the firm withdraws an amount from bank for the purpose of office use, yes, then the entry is like this: cash account debtor to bank account. Cash account debtor to bank account. So the entry, let us post the entry. Yes, we in this occasion, the cash balance in the hands are increased, and the same time the balance in the bank is reduced. So we received cash. Yes, here we received cash. Suppose it is 14/8/2020. So on 14/8/2020 we received cash. Yes, you enter in these cash columns. So the cash is from bank account. Here the cash is going from the bank. The cash is reducing. The cash is going from the bank on 14/8/20, where it is going to cash account. So it is a contra entry. You write this letter C in the triple column cash book. And there is one more occasion there which it is treated as a contra entry, that is a check received from a customer. Suppose it is not deposited on the same day. The check received from a customer and it is sent collection for the purpose of collection to the bank on another day. Then the another day the entry is treated as contra entry. Suppose we received a check on 12th August from X customer, but we did not send for collection to the bank. Check is within the firm. So you have to record, you have to enter on the day of check received from the customer to the cash column, because it is not sent for collection on the same day. You enter it is in the cash column, assuming as the check as cash. So check received but not deposited on the same day, you enter in the cash column. The check, it is a check, but we are assuming it's in a cash. On the day of sending the same check for collection to the bank, then you withdraw from cash column by bank, by writing in particulars column by bank, and to deposit to cash in the bank column. So by sending on the day of collection to the bank, on that day the entry would be contra entry. The entry would be contra entry. So this is the pro forma and how to prepare triple column cash book. It is simple triple column cash book. All the cash transactions, only cash transactions are recorded. Cash transactions in the mode of cash through the bank, and any discount is concerned with the cash payments and receipts, it is also recorded. In triple column cash book, we can record the transactions through bank, we can record the transactions in the mode of cash, we can record the discount allowed and discount received. If there is a debit side of the triple column cash book, all the cash receipts are recorded. The cash receipts through cash mode, receipts of cash in the form of cash in the cash column, receipts in checks received from various customers, various debitors, it is sent for collection on the same day, you record in the bank column to the debit side. If the check is received from customers but they are not sent on the same day, you record it is in the cash column. And any interest on dividend collected by bank by standing orders given by the customer, you enter the debit side of the bank column. And important, if any issued check is dishonored in the bank, then it is entered to the debit side in the bank column. Issued check dishonored, entered in the bank column, debit side. Okay. And credit side, all payments are recorded credit side. Mode of cash payment in the cash column, payments by check in the bank column, and any drawings by the firm for personal use in the credit side column, it is not written as contra entry. And bank charges are recorded credit side. And deposit, if any check deposited in the bank for collection is dishonored, it is deposited check dishonored by the bank which are sent to the collection. Yes, they are recorded credit side in the bank column. And we have 3 contra entries. One contra entry for depositing the cash in the bank, and the second contra entry for withdrawal of cash from the bank for the office purpose, and the third contra entry in the occasion of a check received but not sent to the bank collection for the collection on the same day. So after entering all the transactions, yes, here the all the, you need not to balance the discount column. You just total the debit discount and you total the credit discount and debit. And cash column is the total, the balanced, cash column is balanced and bank column is balanced. So usually cash column, it shows debit balance. It shows debit balance, and the debit balance, it is shown as it is carry forward to the next day of the closing of the triple column cash book. Bank account, definitely it shows that debit balance, but sometimes it shows the credit balance. Credit balance means when bank balance shows credit balance, the debits are lesser than the credits, then it is treated as OD. Definitely the banker can permit to avail the amount to excess withdraw to its customer. It is called as OD. If it is only, the balance is recorded credit side or carry forward to the credit side. So this is the pro forma and how to prepare the triple column cash book. Thank you.